now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Thunder on MRL Broadcasting. I'm your host, Snake, and I'm here with my partner in the booth, Smokin' Joe. Smokin' Joe, welcome to tonight's broadcast. We're coming to you live from Chicagoland Motor Speedway. How's it going, Joe?
It's so great to be here at a racetrack that, NASCAR pretty much has neglected over the years. It's great to be back at such a great mile and a half. What a wonderful track to race at. Really looking forward to seeing what the ARCA cars do after that big update this last week. Let's see what happens with the draft. Let's see what happens with if there anything changed with the tire model with this car, how they heat up the tires or anything like that, because all of that is going to play a huge factor in the way this race plays out, I think, here tonight. As you see, looks like 78 degrees, but the track temp only 82 because it is starting to set out there.
I like it. Digging up a track from the NASCAR graveyard tonight at Chicagoland Speedway. You would think in today's era with the next-gen car that Chicagoland Speedway would be a perfect fit for the next-gen Cup car. But we're here with the ARCA car tonight, as Joe said, so that's a discussion for another day. But yeah, big update from iRacing this week, so we'll see if any of the physics model, damage model tires have draft effect, have changed the car a bit. The sun is setting, so we will be going into the cooler parts of the day. And it looks like Matt Novella is putting up the best time thus far in practice. So really excited to see what's going to go on here. See eyes on Zach Panzarella, recent race winner at Pocono in that one car, DDI Racing. So take a look at our graphic here. Top 15 points after Dover. We had a great race last week there at the Monster Mile. So Joe Volpis, your race series leader right now, 280 points. He's got a 21-point cushion over Steve Lewis, who moves up a position into second. Matthew Fritz, one of the big movers, moves up 3 spots into third. Jax Duvall, no change. David Owens, he moves up a notch in the top 5. So a lot of big movers this week, and those on the downslide, you see Billy Brickley losing 5 down to 7th. Sean Walton, a big loser, losing 5 spots, and Stephen Neal also right there, putting him on the cut line with both Matt Novella and David Brenner rapidly approaching.
So what I'm looking at here is, of course, I got the points in front of me as well. But you see that wins column. The top 3 guys, they don't have wins so far on the season coming into tonight. But what I'm looking at is beyond that. Looking at the standings, right now the top 2, Volpis and Lewis, they both have 1 top 5 apiece through the first 8 races. And the same goes for Duvall. Even though he has his win, that's his only top 5 on the season so far. So you can just see how chaotic the races have been, where, the top 3 of the top 4 in points have 3 top 5s combined, and the guy third in points has 3 on his own. So definitely a lot of chaotic running. You can see the way that's really starting to shape out the points from first on back. Pretty much, it's just pretty much trying to figure out how good you can be to avoid the wrecks. Make sure you're on the right tire strategy to get the best finish you can every week, to get the most points you can.
Yeah, so look on board here with the 6 car, Joe Volpis running that nice retro Valvoline scheme again, looking real good. So yeah, tire management going to be big tonight. Basically, you keep it down towards the bottom. You'll save on your tires as we see some kind of object go really fast in the opposite direction there. I cannot confirm or deny if that was an unfriendly, but the high line definitely has the momentum, Joe, and that's where you can really make speed, make hay. But the tires may may take the ultimate abuse as a result. So, looks like Steve Lewis here and Justin Parham have entered the track. They're going to be putting down some laps during a couple minutes of practice left. Zach Panzarella there. Steve Lewis, the Missouri native there at the Nike 88 scheme. He's usually pretty good at these intermediate tracks, Joe. So I'd like to keep an eye out for Steve Lewis tonight.
Yeah, especially since he's sporting that MRL broadcasting on the hood. Nice shout out to him as well for having that on the car.
We see you out there, Steve Lewis.
And the last time I saw an unidentified orange object on the track here at Chicagoland, it was that huge Tropicana orange, if you remember that way back in the day.
Yeah, so, I do. That was great.
So, I guess we're having a Tropicana orange moment out here, as somebody down there is just okay.
I think I saw it again. Somebody must need their vitamin C out there. So David Owens almost had not only a glass but the full pitcher there. As he and Tommy Fox there are working together here in practice, getting a feel for the track, a feel for a fuel run, a run on some tires. Track temps will probably come down just a little bit as we proceed, as there's a lot of smoke on the track. So I don't know if there's somebody locked them up or not there, but all sorts of anomalies happen here in Chicago as we ride on board there with the 77 at John Beverly. The HendrickCars.com looking really good tonight. We'll see if he can reverse his fortune after missing last week at Dover. He's in one of those drivers in the camp that needs a win and needs to start the rest of the regular season to make the playoffs. So looking back at that chart before, there's a few other guys also that definitely need a win and get in and perfect attendance. So Joe, who are you looking for tonight in terms of speed? Brandon Garand in the 57 there? How's he looking to you?
So, I mean, there's a couple things we're talking about here. If we're talking about guys trying to get into a position to, make up some points tonight, Brandon Garand is definitely one of them I'm looking at to see what he can do to work his way towards the top 10. A couple other guys that I'm really looking at to see what they can do points-wise. Matt Novella, even though he does have his win on the season so far, getting inside the top 10, of course, would help out just as much as the win would for him to get inside the chase. That's somebody else I'm looking for to see if he can climb his way forward. And also I'm looking to see if John Beverly, if he can get up there, maybe he's in a must-win situation, I would assume, after missing last week, points-wise. And, of course, Zach Panzarella, of course, he needs to make up points, battling with Colin Bollinger for that second wild card spot at the moment.
Yeah, speaking of Colin Bollinger, not seeing him out on the track tonight, as I see currently 17 here at the track going to be racing tonight. See, there's Sean Walton himself, the 23, and not the 56 23 imposter car, but actually Sean Walton himself out there tonight. So yeah, he's definitely one to watch. Lost a lot of points, lost a lot of positions last week. They need to have a really good performance tonight. Really good next few races, so that way he can stay above that cut line, barring any new first-time winners, or he himself can win and solve a lot of problems there. So, John Walton,
yeah, definitely.
We'll see what he can do tonight, Joe.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see what happens here tonight. Definitely want to see how these guys draft together, how they run together. The last time we were at an intermediate like this was Kansas, and there was a lot of three-wide wild action happening on the track. So we'll see if that carries into tonight, or if the draft has been brought down to a point where it's not as chaotic with the whole field. So mattering on what happens, we'll see if qualifying matters or not, because it might just be another sort of draft race in order to have a chance to win.
Well, I can tell you this, Joe. When we did go to Kansas, we were not there for the broadcast, but yeah, it was definitely a very heavy, draft reliant track. A lot of three-wide, trying to venture in four-wide. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more calm and even tempered out there tonight. I do think the draft will have to have some kind of effect Whether it's going to have quite the same result as Kansas, I'm really curious to see. But I'm really hoping that some of the updates to try to refine the car, will make the quality of the racing better in the long run. So Daniel Smith out here going out for his qualifying run tonight. Daniel Smith, a little bit of bad luck lately. Problem with Watkins Glen, and missing out on a couple key points opportunities. So Daniel Smith looking to really have a good night, capitalize on some good points, and really solidify a good run at it. Tommy Fox, another one of those guys. You don't sleep on Tommy Fox. He can. He put down a heater here, and he can have a good run tonight, getting that top 5.
Yeah, so the one thing I'm looking at, you mentioned Plant Smith. Of course, he's somebody that's actually has the goal of trying to get inside the top 10 in points. He's got a long way to go to get there, but it's possible in his situation. But I think he's more in a must-win scenario where he is points-wise to make it in, especially with the tracks that are coming up here to close out the regular season. We got 2 super speedways coming up with Daytona and Talladega, and Homestead will be sandwiched in between. So unless he has a huge points night today on the cut line, I don't really think racing his way into the top 10 is going to work.
And then we know how unpredictable those super speedway races can be, Joe. So Homestead will definitely be the wild card there, the kind of the big question mark, just to see if those that can race based on skill and kind of tackling the way that Homestead is laid out, in comparison to just flip a coin and hope you survive the big one at a plate race. So. Yeah, a lot of digging ahead for a few of these guys as we ride on board there. Justin Parham at 99. Captain Morgan looking really good tonight. That Chevy looking really sharp. Joe, you got a little captain in you. So we see David Owens there taking a break in the rest stop.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much, NOS energy, I think, for David Owens here tonight. Needs to make a quick pit stop. Not really the conventional place to make that pit stop. I don't think they told him that he can't park there because you can't.
So he quickly heeded the race steward's motion to get off the racing surface there. So maybe he'll sleep it off and he'll be ready for the race. So, okay. So we're going to run 100 laps tonight here. Chicagoland, though, the 1.5 mile intermediate track. Justin Parham is your pole sitter tonight. Old Grandstand Racing with the 30.199 heater. Daniel Smith in second. Joe Volpus in the Valvoline 6 in third place. Juan Delgado, the DDI driver, in the number 14 in fourth. Matthew Fritz out of 95, the Chevy with Hickox Racing. Matt Novella in sixth. Tommy Fox in seventh. Kyle Lynott in eighth. Jay Stinson from Venom Racing in the 60 car in ninth. And Zach Panzarello rounds out your top 10.
Starting in 11th is going to be David Owens. It does seem like he did get a lap time down in between drinks of NOS. 12th place for Steve Lewis here. Sean Walden going to start back in an unconventional in 13th. Not the greatest qualifying run for him. Brandon Carroll will start in 14th. John Beverly and Jax Duvall will be on row number 8, 15th, and 16th. And Mike Benton going to round out your field in the Dennis Puckett tribute number 12. Going to start in 17th. I think this is the first time everybody in the field has put down a lap time, in qualifying.
Yeah, everybody obliged to put down a qualifying effort, and 6/10 separate your pole sitter from 17th place. So, pretty competitive out there, a lot of speed out there, and a lot of speed to be found. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I think we're going to see a lot of drafting. You'll see a lot of jockeying for position here. We'll try to get through the first part of the fuel run here and see who really has some good raw speed as we see the pace car leading them off as we'll go under pacing. Very excited to see what some of these newcomers to the top 10 can do. Juan Delgado up there in third. Tommy Fox in 7th. Guys that usually run very hard and competitively, but you don't usually see them starting up towards the front. So shout out to them, commend their effort, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to fire off.
I'm not gonna stand for this Tommy Fox slander. That man is an excellent one-lap qualifier. I always see him qualifying up towards the front. It's just about putting a race together for him. The guy that I'm really impressed with, though, is Juan Delgado here. Going to start 4th place. I know he's very, very green to iRacing and everything. Zach's been doing a good job trying to help him and bring him along, coach him. And it does seem like it's working. I mean, 4th place in qualifying, that's a really incredible run.
Yeah, so, we'll keep our eyes on him throughout the broadcast. 1 or 2 other guys. I've always got my eye on Matthew Fritz. He always seems to sniff towards the front. Like I said, during practice, even though he was outside the top 10, Steve Lewis in 11th. Really curious what he's going to do tonight. Pace car is off, so we are in a Geico restart zone, and we are off going green tonight from Chicagoland as we have problems on the restart. Problems there. The 31 car is around and collects a few others in his wake. Oh, we have trouble as we go green. We are under our first caution of the night at Chicagoland. I can't believe what I just saw.
Look out! That's a big one right there to start the race.
They launched a Beyblade there on the restart, and next thing I saw was the 31 car going around and collecting at least 6 or 7 other cars.
Yeah, I think that was a case of 2 different wrecks there. The 31 was blinking in and out, and then everybody trying to miss it created a second wreck is what it looked like.
So it looked like a little collateral damage here. So we're going to try to see if we can get a replay and see exactly. Restart, Joe. Looked like a little technical difficulty there from the 31, and it just created a mess.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing that, especially at the start of a race. Where we all usually have great internet connections and everything, so it is kind of very surprising actually to see that happen right at the start of the race, mind you. And you saw the 31 morph through about 5 or 6 cars there before he finally became a solid object again, and then you had that big wreck further on back. You can see all those guys down pit road: Plant Smith, Panzarella, Owen, Stinson, Beverly. All of them have definitely have some damage. Beverly coming around the track right now. Plant Smith is doing his Austin Powers impersonation, I think. They're trying to get in his pit stall.
I think he thought it was made of gold or something, but he kind of wiggles on out there, and then he's got another issue, so the car is parked there. We'll keep you posted on that, as the 31 seems to have developed a second issue here in as many laps, and I'm not sure what is going on.
Maybe he's trying to sort out his problems. I think that's what's going on there. Well, maybe he felt something wrong when he left pit road.
It could have been, and then he was pulled over and watched David Owens pass by. Maybe he wanted a can of that NOS energy drink that seems to be so popular. So hopefully Daniel Smith can get it figured out so he doesn't go laps down. We're going to go here and try to reassemble. And I don't think anybody took their fast repair there, Joe, but definitely a couple guys started working on some of the damage that they received from that incident.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody take a fast repair. If I look at the last pit times, if we take a quick peek at that, yeah, I mean, Kyle Lynott, I see him in there for 2 minutes. Juan Delgado, his pit time is extremely long, it looks like, or something's going on there.
Yeah, I think these guys were just trying to take a hammer to it and some air bomb.
The data's messed up. There we go. David Owens was in there for 30 seconds. Yeah, they were all in there for about 30 seconds. That makes more sense. That looks a lot better.
Yeah, I think they would have gone a lap down if they stayed that long. So you got to kind of go in short bursts, fix what you can, and get back out there before the pace car comes around. The lights are off the pace car this time, so we will be going green on lap 5. We're going to try this again, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everybody has their connection under control, their talent under control. Pace car pulls off, and we're going to go green. Green, green, green. Justin Parham leads them off here, going to lap 5 on Friday Night Thunder from Chicagoland on MRL Broadcasting. Parham to the lead, enters turn 1, breaks away clean, not even challenged. Joe Volpus in second place, trying to get a sniff, as you see Matthew Fritz in a 95 in third place. And behind him, it's a battle between Juan Delgado and Matt Novella there in the 56. Looking really sharp up there. Matt Novella and that Monster Energy there. So I think he likes the way that tastes compared to Nas. So he's going to have a beverage war with David Owens later. As you see, Justin Parham leads lap there. Joe Volpus sniffing on his heels there, putting the pressure on. As you see, Kyle Anott has moved quickly up into third as they come around lap 6.
Looks like Joe might be trying to set up a move here. Maybe not. Maybe just trying to peak right now. Definitely see that the draft isn't as much of a factor as it was in the past. It looks like racing getting a little bit more spread out than we saw at Kansas, where we were 3 wide. As it looks like the 6 car is going to set up a move on the outside here. See.
6 car taking a look outside on lap 7 on Justin Parham, your race leader. Joe Volpus is going to have the momentum on corner exit and will be your new race leader. Justin Parham, not enough room there, looking to take a peek to move up. He's going to stay to the bottom as Kyle Anott takes the space above up top, looking to steal second as we have a great race side by side. Parham not done yet, challenging back underneath. Coming to lap 8, Parham, Volpus, dead heat to the line with Kyle Anott behind, watching, waiting, seeing. You have Juan Delgado in 4th and Matthew Fritz in 5th. It's exciting up front in the pack here. The racing is great. The draft effect is not exaggerated like it was in Kansas, Joe. And it seems like it's really good pack racing thus far.
Oh, I think somebody got the wall a little bit. I saw some smoke.
Little contact from the 14 of Delgado, a little scrape on the wall, but he's going to collect it, and he's going to be able to continue running up on the high line there and carry his momentum. As you see, Justin Parham there starting to slide back a little bit as he's in third, being challenged by 3 wide behind him. So Justin Parham, after leading a lap, is going to try to settle back down here within the top 5 and try to gather himself back up in that 99 machine. And looking back behind him, the 56, he's definitely going around the outside, going to wrap it up top. You can definitely see there's a lot of momentum up high, Joe, and I think that's where a lot of time is going to be made up tonight if you want to advance your position.
Man, look at who's in third, though. Look at that. Juan Delgado holding his own up front. Props to him. I know we're still early in the race, but it looks like Kyle not setting up a pass for the lead here. Juan Delgado going to try and get involved.
Kyle Anott, your new race leader, as he goes high, goes around. Joe Volpus in the 6th. Juan Delgado in the 14, taking a peek up high. And will he have the momentum and carry it on the exit of 4 here as we come down and go to the start-finish line? It looks like it's side by side at the line for second place. Delgado's going to carry the momentum as they enter into turn 1. Kyle Anott, your new race leader, lap 11 of 100-lap main feature tonight from Chicagoland on Friday Night Thunder. Kyle Anott in the 988, the suicide prevention hotline, the Ford Mustang. Kyle Anott, a big proponent of suicide prevention. So if you or anybody else has been affected or needs to speak to somebody, he can get you in the right direction to give you the resources that you need. So Kyle Anott, your race leader tonight in the 988. He is a 2-time BRL All-Star champion per his stats there out of Colorado. So shout out to the 988 as he leads laps here at Chicago tonight. Juan Delgado quietly gets by the 6 of Joe Volpus to take the 2nd position there. And he's taking a look at the rear of Kyle Anott. So Juan Delgado said, not only have I qualified up front, I'm ready to compete tonight. I like it up here. This is getting racy early.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of close battle in here. You see Juan Delgado might be trying to set up a pass around the outside for the lead here early in the race. Oh, he's going to do the crossover on him.
Yep, crossing him over. Didn't have the momentum, didn't have it set up right on the corner exit, was going for the crossover there. Is he going to do the slide job? And it looks like he's got the slide job complete. Juan Delgado then goes down to the apron. Is he going to be at the line? Is he going to have the lap led? And it looks like Linott is still going to nose ahead there. A valiant effort out of the 14 as he's going to work down low and see if he can try to slip back up before Joe Volpes closes the door. And it looks like Volpes will close the door. And it looks like it's going to be a freight train for that 14. So hopefully he can get to a place where he can fit back in up top and not keep hemorrhaging positions.
Well, I just noticed that we unfortunately missed lap 12 to be silent, so I think now would be a good time to get our silent lap in, at least.
And we are back, lap 16 of 100 in tonight's main feature. We were kind of late on our lap 12 tribute. Our apologies there, but we definitely wanted to take a moment and recognize Dennis Puckett there. Kyle Linott, your leader tonight, so he's taken command, and Joe Volpes there is settled into second place. Justin Parham is in third. Matt Novella in fourth. He's been in the top five since we begun. Juan Delgado has been able to settle into fifth there, so he's able to find an opening there, stop the bleeding. Matthew Fritz behind him in the 95, getting a little wiggly there, a little wiggly. Sean Walton has entered the frame, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Walton has entered the building. I must ask you all to remain calm. Sean Walton has entered the building. Sean Walton, sixth place tonight after the subpar to his standards qualifying effort. Sean Walton moving up into your top 10 there tonight.
He's about to move into the top 5 here, see?
He's a little bump on the bumper there. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Sean Walton, y'all. And for more bad jokes, I'll let Joe tell those. But looks like a little side-by-side action.
Yeah, you can just see how difficult it is to really beat the momentum of the outside on the inside. However, you do want to be careful using up those tires on the outside if the 23 gets tight. That's what you got to be worried about.
Yeah, Sean Walton get a little arrow tight there, plowing up the racetrack. He had to get out of it, or else he and the 14 were going to be in the wall. So wise decision by the 23 to get out of that. Live the fight another day. So yeah, the dirty air can wreak havoc. It's just all about carrying the momentum and riding the top there. There is something to be said about, the bottom is holding pretty good, but if you want to make moves, you're gonna have to go up top tonight.
Man, you know what? I don't want to put the commentator's curse on it, but I think we're on track to have our longest green flag run of the season right now with the way this is shaping up here. We've been green here, I think, since about lap 5, so 15 laps in, that's about half of a fuel run already that we've gone.
Yeah, we went back green lap 5, so lap 21 is looking really good tonight. The guys are just racing really clean, staying really competitive and close to each other, not totally compromising each other. I like that there's some respect out there, but I really like the attack. As you see the goldfish of the 84, Jax Duvall, he's riding right through the middle. He's going to give the 14 a little nudge. Jax Duvall, the goldfish car.
Whoa, easy.
Contact. The 14 and the 95 just getting a little squirrely there. That's another effect,
a little more
Joe.
Contact.
That's another effect of that dirty air, Joe. You get a little loose there and create those tense moments there. You see an impeccable side draft from the 84 on the 14.
Yeah, we definitely got a little bunched up there. Definitely look at these guys. You got David Owens, Tommy Fox. I see Steve Lewis. He's making a move around the outside.
Yeah, Steve Lewis in the 88 there with David Owens lurking behind him in the 8. David Owens saying, can I fit? Can I fit? And he decides to just stick up top and maybe push Louis through there.
Oh, contact with the 99 and the 23 and maybe the 56. I don't know.
Sean Walton, he's everywhere, guys, and he and the 99 make a little contact there. As you see, Walton's in the top 5 now. Kyle Lynott still your race leader after 24 laps tonight. Joe Volpus riding in second place. Either he's saving his tires, saving a little bit of fuel, or there is a little bit of an air bubble there to take the lead. I haven't decided which one it is yet, Joe. Do you think Volpus is saving?
It's hard to tell like what's really going on here. These guys are under a blanket though. This top 6 are within half a second of each other right now. So tight racing for the top 6, and then 7th on back are pretty much spread out behind them a little bit more. You see a bit of a close battle here going on for 10th. Looks like Zach Panzarella starting to enter the picture, making some moves after being involved in the lap 1 wreck with Plant Smith. Going to try and make a move to get around Juan Delgado here for the top 10.
14 dropping a few positions here. I think he got rattled a little bit, Joe, and I also think that being up there running pretty hard might have taken a toll on some of his equipment, so maybe he needs to cool down those tires a little bit, kind of regroup, take a deep breath, and get the circulation back in those knuckles and get back on that wheel. But yeah, I like these little pockets of racing here. You got a blanket of 6 up front. You have these other little groupings of 3 and 5, and it's just really good, close racing. It's exciting to watch all over the track because you have battles everywhere. Your top 5, your top 6 are in a constant battle there, lap after lap, shuffling around, and then you just go back through the pack with Steve Lewis and David Owens and Jack Duval. They had their battle, but now you see everybody kind of going single file. Just try to stay within touch of each other, try to have a little bit of a draft effect, so you stay close.
I don't know about that. See, they're trying to go 3 wide.
And as I say, they go single file, they fan out again. So, what do I know? I'm just broadcasting and calling the race. Look further back in there, you see the 77 car is going to be going a lap down. He still has a little bit more repairs on that 77 machine. As you see, there's nose damage there. Volpus in the wall, 77 to Beverly in the wall as well. He said, it looked cool. I'll try it too. And they both recover, so that's good. So you see all sorts of trickery behind Kyle Lynott, your race leader tonight. So 3 wide there as you go into turn. Jack Duval looking underneath there. See if he can gain on David Owens. As you see Zach Panzarella underneath saying, please make it stick. And 84 all over the rear of the 8. So it's
tight racing here.
Yeah, get a bag of goldfish, get a can of Nos, and let's have a party.
Look at that move. Look at that move around the outside. Man, that's a power move.
Jack Duval on the 84, swinging it wide around the 8 of David Owens in the NOS Energy Ford Mustang. What a move by the Florida man in that 84. Can he complete it as he wraps the top there? It looks like he's going to be able to carry it. Will the one of Zach Panzarella sneak along with him, too? It looks like he's taking a peek there. You don't want to leave any room for the 8 to kind of migrate up. And just as I say that, I give the broadcaster's curse, and Zach Panzarella knocks the wall, giving David Owens an opportunity to regroup. As everybody goes down to the apron there, you see Daniel Plant-Smith in the 31. Looks like he's still a lap or 2 down from his incident, Joe. So looks like he's back on the lead lap, so he was able to sort everything out. So glad to see that he got his issues figured out.
Yeah, it's good to see he got his issues figured out. It looks like Sean Walton's figured out whatever went wrong in qualifying here as well. He's starting to make a charge for the lead. Justin Parham, he's been sticking around right there just behind these 2. Matt Novella sticking along in the picture as well. And then a bit of a gap back to 5th place on back.
Hey, look at this here. The 23 Sean Walton Toyota Camry looking at the possibility of becoming a new race leader. He approaches the rear bumper of the 988 Kyle Lynott machine. You see Justin Parham has just been steady in third, just seeing how it all. I think he's been controlling his pace, and I think he's just been content to ride there, let the leaders do their thing. As you
Here we
see
go.
Walton swing to the outside, is he going to carry the momentum, swinging it there as he go into turn? And he looks like he's got a car on him as they go turn exit here on the backstretch.
Oh,
Side by
no.
side. There's almost a little bit of contact. And you see the 99 going to make it 3 wide. We got contact.
Oh, we're wrecking. Oh, no.
Contact. The 99 turns to 23. The 23 goes around, causes big contact. The 6 just gets T-boned. There's chaos everywhere. The 31 is somebody T-boned. We're going to have a lot to unpack after this one.
A lot of these cars are going to Dale Jr.'s graveyard, I think. Look at these cars. They're all torn up.
My goodness, it was a big one out there at Chicago, lap 34 of 100 tonight. As we go under caution, I got to catch my breath here as we get our replay prepared to see just exactly what unfolded.
Oh my goodness, man! I
So
saw
as you
some
can see,
moments there. I'll tell you that much.
the entire field going to pit road for various reasons. Some just for their service, others for fast repairs, others to continue to work on repairs, or both.
Yeah, definitely. Well, 35 laps in. We're in the fuel window to make it on one stop from here. You only get 2 additional sets of tires. So yeah, you see the front end of the 6 car pop back out there very quick, and now they're putting tires on it as well. So I think a lot of these guys are going to take their first bet.
Yeah, so lap 35 here, 3 total sets of tires, definitely within the window. So nothing lost, nothing gained. Just an unfortunate accident that collected a lot of people that weren't intending to use the fast repair. It's always good to have that in the pocket if you can hold on to it.
Yeah, don't want to use it too early in the race, just in case things get crazy towards the end of it. That would be my one main concern for these guys that had to use it here. I think some people are keeping it in their back pocket still, just in case something happens later. But nowadays with iRacing, when you get that meatball, you cannot go back out on the track unless you have a fast repair, because the iRacing gods will tell you have too much damage.
Yeah, so there's always somebody that's going to be there to try to take the fun away, and well, there's your answer in that scenario. It's a double-edged sword. I try to hold on to my fast repair for as long as possible when I go out there racing. I know you do the same. That's a brief history on the fast repair. As you see, the field's starting to go side by side again and form back up. I should be going back to action here soon. Looks like a couple guys still in the pits. David Owens, Daniel Smith, Matthew Fritsch trying to wrap a few things up, try to get their service and come back in the field. Lights are off on the pace car, so they're going to need to hurry up here, as we will be going back green shortly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to have a seminar on fast repair. I think after that. See, nice little TED talk there under caution as the pace car pulls off.
I felt all too comfortable to talk about that, and that was bizarre for whatever reason. But yeah, the ode to the fast repair. Go back racing here. Kyle Lynott here, your race leader. He's going to fire off without without trouble, without a challenge. Kyle Lynott will continue to be your race leader. Lap 37 as we go back green here. Justin Parham in second place. Sean Walton in third, slides in there. Zach Panzarella looking down low, see if he can cross him over as we enter turn 3. Looking down low, looking behind. There's Brandon Guerin. Did Tommy Fox round out your top 5 there? Good to see those guys running up in front, give it a challenge to the leaders. As we see the double audit, Tommy Fox in that green machine. Kyle Lynott will retain the lead, get the lap led. Justin Parham challenging for second. Panzarella and Walton side by side for third. And Tommy Fox in fifth, looking behind. As you see, David Owens there. A lot of damage on that car. Looks like he's having a little bit of a struggle out there. Side by side, almost a little bit of contact between Panzarella. Brandon Guerin in the wall. Looks like he lost control of that 57 machine. Don't see too much damage, so it looks like it was just apparently light contact, Joe.
Yeah, not a good break for him, though. Definitely, I think he'll be happy a caution came out for what happened there. I think we got another replay spooled up to see what happened.
Yeah, he was running right there around that top 5.
Assessment of minor contact applies now, but
no, I guess the iRacing gods didn't want me to see the the damage model properly.
You know what I can tell you though, C, is that looked a lot like what happened with Vulpes earlier in the race, where just got too high. The safer barrier juts out a little bit there, and you just can get glued to it very easily. And it's very hard to get yourself off of that wall properly. So it just that wall showed its teeth to Brandon Guerin right there is what it looked like.
Yeah, breaking news, Joe. He's our latest victim of that. But that's very good technical information because I had no idea that it kind of jutted out a little bit. So another obstacle while these guys are focused and in heavy competition. That fine line of high risk, high reward. You just got to be careful when you toe that line because if those teeth will bite. So the Ford Mustang flashing its lights really good there. So under caution again, under lap 40 of 100 tonight, almost halfway tonight, and a few takeaways that I've noticed up to this point. Kyle Lynott, very aggressive, a lot of speed tonight, very consistent. I think Justin Parham in the 99, I think he's been managing his gap and managing his equipment tonight. Sean Walton making up for a slow start, has joined the party. So he's definitely going to be aggressive when we go back here. And Zach Panzarella, he's riding up there too. So curious to see what's going to happen this time around as he's going to go side by side with Walton on this restart.
My takeaway so far is that's only our third caution here in the first 40 laps. And if we're being honest, that first caution at the start of the race was an anomaly at that with the whole blinking incident. So truthfully, we've only had 2 really real incidents for caution that would be caused from racing incidents. The first one just being so strange with the blinking. Definitely a good sign for this race going forward. These guys are showing a little bit more respect than they have in the past. And that's a good sign going forward. Maybe we can get ourselves some really good green flag racing here, get some strategy going for a change.
I think the field is developing some chemistry with each other as well. As Geico restart zone indicates our start, Kyle Lynott fires off, and it looks like a better restart for Sean Walton than for Justin Parham this time as they stay closer to Kyle Lynott in the 988 Ford Mustang as he retains the lead on lap 42 of 100 on Friday Night Thunder from Chicagoland. Kyle Lynott, your race leader. Justin Parham, second place, as we see Sean Walton trying to break the air, and Zach Panzarella's impending move. It looks like they're going to settle their differences and try to ride the draft, as you see Tommy Fox on the apron. Joe Volpus back in the 6 after he got his fast repair. He's moving back up in the field. He's mounting his charge, as you see 84 of Jax Duvall as well entering frame. As you see battle here for second place side by side in the 99 and the 23. Justin Parham is going to win that battle for now. As you see the 23 go dive it down low again.
What a move.
Zach Panzarella just missed scraping the bumper there. He's moved up high to evade. And Sean Walton's going to be on the bottom as the 99 goes to block. What action.
Looks like the 6 car is going to stick with the 1 here. I believe those guys are on a little fresher tires as well. They're going to try and work their way forward, maybe get to 1-2 here in the field here in a few laps. Duvall in tow with them.
Yes, as you see the one applying pressure to the 99, and he's going to go up high and see if he can carry it around Justin Parham. Zach Panzarella challenging for second place. Not going to have it up there, but will he cross him going down below? He will go for the crossover down on the apron on the 99. Will he have enough to complete the move? I think he's going to need turn 1 and 2 to complete that move, as he needs to carry the momentum. As you see Joe Volpus there running right behind the 99, and Jax Duvall running right below.
Oh my God.
Volpus in the wall once again there. He's been having a couple moments there. Hey, take it easy. What'd that wall do to you?
Yeah, we want to make sure we don't get any sort of damage out there. These guys are racing real hard for these positions. Parham doing a great job, though, holding off Duvall, Volpus, and Panzarella to this point. It's kind of letting Kyle Lynott sneak away a little bit here. He's got about a half a second lead now.
Yeah, Justin Parham is almost like they're like teammates or something. It's kind of quasi leading the field there. The 99 seems to be controlling the action as the 988 slowly increases the gap to just under half a second. Looking further back there, the 1 car is just trying to ride it high and see if he can just try to build a run to try to get side by side of the door of that 99, create a side draft there to try to stop this action.
Oh, where's 84 going?
I don't think that you can safely complete a pass down there, 84. So Jax Duvall definitely with a white-knuckled moment there, getting off the racing surface onto the apron, but he recovers nicely and saves it. I don't know what that was. But you see the 1 getting around the 99, Zach Panzarella now in second place. Will he mount the charge to get to the 988's bumper to take the lead?
Just approaching halfway here in the next couple of laps. The 1 car finally around the 99, and you can see how quickly that gap is starting to close. Already down to a quarter of a second. Zach Panzarella all up in that draft of the 988. I think he's going to be there by turn 1, see? Maybe
1
sooner.
car with an incredible run as we enter turn 3 there. He's going to carry that momentum high and try to find clean air and go where the 988 is not. And then he's going to come back down as they go on the apron, cross the start-finish line, and get more of that draft effect as we approach turn 1. He's going to go low, or is he going to go high? The 988 is going to go low to block. The 1's going to go high to try to carry the momentum. And they come back on the backstretch there. He's knocking on the door. He's closer this time. Might take another lap, Joe, but he's still working on it. The 1 car is going to remain high entering 3, and the 988 is going to play defense down low. He's ripping the boards. He's riding the fence. Will he cross over again? 988 blocks just in time as we have quite the battle for the lead tonight as we cross halfway. We are on lap 50 of 100. We've just reached the halfway point, tonight's main feature on Friday Night Thunder, as you see the 1 car and the 988 car in quite a battle for the lead as the 1 goes around up outside. Is he going to carry the momentum? And we have a new leader, Zach Panzarella, fighting tough, working hard up high, making that high line work. As you see the 988 comes back, the 1 car still with the momentum. Going to cross the start-finish line here. The 988 goes all the way down bottom, but the 1 still retains the lead. Zach Panzarella, your leader tonight at Chicagoland.
Starting to get a bit of a train going here as well. Kyle Lynott, better be careful. Don't want to get caught up and losing too many spots. Parham, Volpus, see Sean Walton, Stinson, they're all right there, ready to pounce. And, oh, Kyle got the wall a little bit now, too.
988 scrapes the wall a little bit, slows him down just a smidge. 99 car looking to capitalize. The 6 car still staying up high with the 00 behind him. Joe Volpus here riding a high line, making it work for him as he's slowly creeping into the top 3. He is going to clear the 99 for third. As you see the 99 desperately looking for a place to land up on the high line.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. So remember, Lanat and Volpus, they're teammates in other series. No teams in here, but we'll see if maybe they work together, considering they're in the same chat here, to try and mount a charge back around Zach Panzarella for the lead.
And they are very familiar with each other's driving styles, so they are comfortable racing around each other. And even if there were no communication, I have a feeling that they would probably know what to do. As the 988 dumps the leader, the 988 left hooks the one car of Zach Panzarella, your leader tonight, as we go under caution at lap 53. What?
Wow. Oh no, and well, that's another car for the Dale Jr. Graveyard. Look at that. Look at those front tires. Yeah, that's definitely a faster pair if I've ever seen one. See,
the one car toast, so he will have to use his fast repair for the evening. But what an incredible series of events. Awesome battle for your lead lap after lap as you saw the one car stalking the 988. The 988 would go down low entering the turns. The one car would ride high and eventually pass them, only to get left hooked at 2 laps. He just stayed in the throttle and just caught enough of the quarter panel and sent the one car into the infield. So unfortunate series of events there. So the one car Panzarella, he's going to go get his service, get his fast repair. Some other guys are coming down pit road here. Maybe top off on fuel, maybe work on some repairs they had from the prior caution. But I'm still shocked that your leader gets wrecked.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. So I'm looking at these pit times. So Jay Stinson, 7 seconds. Volpus, 7 seconds. Parham, 7 seconds. Duvall, 6 seconds. Tommy Fox, 7. Steve Lewis, 7. I'm going to assume those are all fuel only, or to check damage and fuel. Then I see Matt Novella, 15.06. That's the first set of tires he's taken this evening. So he is the first one on freshies, since everybody else actually took freshies way back on lap 30.
Hey, he's sitting pretty then. He's cornered the market on the tires. So Matt Novella making a really, really good skill play. I can say I've noticed this season that the general tire model that the ARCA car does use, it seems to be friendly with the tire wear. It appears to me they seem to be more affected by how hard you push them more than excessive wear like we see in other series.
So it looks like based on like what we've seen with the way this car drives to this point and the way the tires react, it's very similar, it seems, to the wheel modified car, where it doesn't really matter how much wear you have on the tires. It matters what your tire temperatures are at. So if you're overheating the tires, you're going to go slower. But if you're not overheating them, then it doesn't matter really how much wear you have, because you're not going to they don't really wear out that much. It's kind of like the next-gen car, too, in that sense, where the next-gen car is more about tire temperatures than actual tire wear. And if you overcook them, then you're in a situation where, everything starts to compound.
And once that happens, it's going to be a long day ahead for you. Lights are off the Ford Mustang pace car. We're going to see some more cat and mouse action as we see a newcomer there outside P1, Jay Stinson in the 60 car.
J Daddy to the lead.
The Venom, the J Daddy, the J Meister, as we get in the Geico restart zone. And it looks like Jay Stinson fires off clean, leaves them in their dust. And Joe Volpus going to claim that second place position. Jax Duval high there on the outside, challenging the 99 of Parham for third on the backstretch. Almost a little contact there. J Daddy Stinson entering turn 3 in that green machine. He's going to go ahead and have a 2-car length lead over the 6 of Joe Volpus. Side by side, the 84 and 99 still battle as the 60 goes down to the apron. Jay Stinson gets credit for lap led tonight. 60 of Jay Stinson, Venom Racing, your race leader. Lap 58 of our 100 lap features from Chicagoland on Friday Night Thunder.
Look at the 56 car. He's starting to come through that field really fast. Looks like new tires definitely have a bit of an effect. This is about 20 to 25 laps, fresher tires than everybody else. He's going to, look at this, he's going to be able to stick in maybe 3 wide. He thought about it.
One more check mark. That monster is better than Nos. Matt Novella in the 56 making hay on those freshies. He is coming. He has a lot of raw speed. He's got a lot of grip. He's making that bottom work as he gets underneath the fender there of the 84, as he's going to go ahead and give a little nudge to the 60 of Jay Stinson. He said, move, I got to go. Joe Volpus, currently your race leader, making the top work there. Joe may not have as fresh tires as the 56, but that 56 is coming while the 6 is your race leader. So Joe Volpus back to a very familiar position up towards the front here as your race leader. He overcame his adversity, got his repairs done, worked his way back through the field, had a couple of cautions help benefit him, and now he's your race leader with Jay Stinson in tow in second place. As you see, Duvall peaks out and goes low, and looking there to challenge for second place as looks like Matt Novella there is kind of neutralized for the moment, but we'll keep an eye on him as the 6 Valvoline of Joe Volpus controls the action as your race leader.
Juan Delgado making a move back to the front. Welcome back to the top 5, Juan. Making good hay through the field right now. Wants to capitalize on his good qualifying effort and make it into a good race here as well. Making a move on Duval on the outside for third place. Oh, he got the wall.
Juan, don't hit the wall, man. Come on, get out of that wall. We took a little break from covering him, and he said, all right, well, I'm ready to be back in the spotlight. And Juan Delgado, an impressive run tonight. Very happy to see that. Good on you, Juan. Run nice top 5 solid effort tonight. Jax Duval looking underneath. He's not going to have the momentum the high line has. Jay Stinson get a little out of shape there. Had to go down low to avoid smacking the 56 of Novella there as they're side by side for second place. Joe Volpus, your race leader. The 56 applying some pressure on the high side there. He's definitely has the speed and the pace. He's inching closer and closer as he's positioning himself to be the leader tonight as Joe Volpus is on the high line trying to block the 60 and the 56 at the same time.
Yeah, the 56 clearly has more speed. I'm going to assume that he's probably going to let the 56 have the bottom here, it looks like, and just try and tuck in behind him.
Yeah, going to open the door for the 56 to go down low. He's not going to be able to complete the pass just there, but we're going to go through the D-oval, and we'll get it sorted by exit of turn 2 there. Matt Novella is going to be your new race leader as we enter 1 and 2. So we're going to slide back up the track, going to carry the run, and Volpus is going to follow Matt Novella. Matt Novella, your new race leader here. So yeah, we've had some lead changes tonight, Joe. A lot of positions being swapped within the top 5 and top 10 tonight. A lot of clean passes. I have noticed Sean Walton has fallen off a little bit. So we're looking to see if he can make his way back into the top 5. As he was very stout earlier.
Who's been really quiet tonight? That's kind of shocking. David Owens. You see him? He's in that battle right now for 6th place. He hasn't really been in the conversation tonight for the race win. Just trying to hold on to the top 10 pretty much all night. We'll see if maybe he's got something for the second half of this race to be more of a factor here as it closes down towards the end.
Yeah, very, very curious as David Owens usually a lock to see within the top 5 at any given track, any given series, any given night. It's not a fuel mileage race. It's not a strategy race in the sense where you need to run mid-pack. So I don't know what the issue with the 8 car is, but definitely not
I don't
the...
think he's got an issue right now. Look, here he comes, 3 wide.
Yeah, well, you must have whispered sweet nothings in his ear, because now he's starting to make a charge, making it 3 wide. But before that, yeah, David Owens very quiet tonight. Contact there.
No,
That's gonna cause a big
we're wrecking.
accident.
Oh, Steve, we're wrecking.
The broadcaster's jinx happens once more as we spotlight David Owens, who is involved in a tremendous accident here on lap 67 of 100 that collects the 84 Goldfish car of Jax Duval. So I guess Goldfish and NOS energy drinks aren't a good party snack combination.
My goodness. Did you see the 84 there? It looked like he was on. Some more cars for Dale Jr.'s graveyard here. The 84 and the 23. 2 new, nice, fine additions to his collection here. Maybe the 99 car as well. And man, he's just collecting them all tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the hobby, you might as well. I think it's rather fitting to have some variety. It's just that unfolded rather quickly. The 99 just came down a little bit there. The 84 was holding his line, and before you knew it, it was just a chain reaction. But what was wild was, well, before that, the 8 and the 84 there with a little tense moment, sending the 8 there on the apron, and he had it was a very adventurous rejoin while that wreck was developing.
All right, here we go. Pit stops, 32 to go. We can make it to the end from here. Some guys... it looks like Novella's going to save a set of tires. Looking at the pit times, Novella out in 6 seconds. He's saving the set of tires. Juan Delgado out in 6 seconds. Tommy Fox, Kyle Lynott, all of them are saving a set of tires. Vulpes on tires. Jay Stinson on his last set as well. Brandon Garand will save a set here. Looks like Steve Lewis took his last set of tires. John Beverly looks like he may have taken his last set as well. And then everybody else is still on pit road, so it's going to be hard to tell what they're doing.
Trying to go on history tonight, it's been a very limited caution affair. The green flag runs have been pretty good, so this very well could be the money stop with 31 to go. Probably be about 29 to go when we go back green. So it's fair to say, like, you don't want to leave those set of tires behind the wall, but you never know. There's still a lot of time where something could happen. Matt Novella's still with a set of freshies.
Yeah, we'll see if that works out in his favor. To be fair, the tire wear, like I said, the tire wear hasn't been so bad. It's been more about getting them overheated. I do think, though, on the initial start here, anybody on freshies is going to have that advantage. Like you saw, Matt Novella was able to work his way through the field in those first 5 to 10 laps. But as soon as he took the lead, he didn't really get away from the field. So I think pretty much what you want to be careful of is using up the tires too fast and not having anything left to defend with if this race does go green to the end. Or a late race caution could really play into Novella's hands here, mattering on how this restart goes. He does have a little bit of buffer here. He's got Delgado, Lynott, and Tommy Fox as buffer to really help him from all the guys on freshies behind Vulpes, Garand, Beverly, Lewis, all those guys behind him.
Yeah, it's going to get cagey. I'm excited for this restart. I think everybody's gonna take a big swing at it here. I think clean air is a big deal here. And I think a lot of these guys are going to try to charge to the front here. So pace lights are still on. We're going to go around one more time. Couple guys still getting their service and maybe getting some repairs done. And man, look at that car right there. That's just kind of a microcosm of the evening there. Lights are off. We're going to go back green this time around.
Yeah, let's see. We got Matt Novella leading, Juan Delgado in second. Great run for him still. Tommy Fox up in third. Like I said, it's all about putting a race together for him, and he's doing a good job here so far. Kyle Lynott recovered up to fourth. I see Volpus down there in fifth. On tire, Stinson up there in sixth. He's still up front, doing good. Brandon Garrett recovered from his wreck earlier in the race up to seventh. Steve Lewis holding strong in the top 10. Then you got John Beverly and Zach Panzarella rounding out the top 10 right now. So good runs from all those boys.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how they handle the restart and how they try to navigate their way to the leaders. You closer to the front, the harder it gets. And these guys that run in this series, just a lot of top level talent. A lot of really hard, gritty racers out there. So every spot earned is a battle and a challenge. As the pace car exits, we're going to go back green. Geico restart zone once more as Matt Novella, your leader, fires off tonight. Lap 72 of 100 on Friday Night Thunder.
See a lot of guys still on pit road there. See 11 cars still running strong on the track, though.
Absolutely, that last wreck really did hurt some of our field and some of our former lead pack drivers. So hopefully they can get back out. But looking back here at the action, Matt Novella, your race leader here, he's gonna get credit for the lap led after the restart. There, got Tommy Fox in second place, and I promise Joe, I'm not gonna sleep on Tommy Fox anymore. I will eat my words. As you see, Tommy Fox in the 00 in second place out of Alabama. Alabama gang in second place there. Juan Delgado in third behind him. Juan with the impressive run continuing. Behind him, you see Kyle Lynott, your former race leader, in fourth place. So he's definitely going to be looking to reclaim his spot at the top. Lurking behind him, battle for fifth place. You have Jay Stinson and Joe Volpus side by side. Venom Racing meets East Coast Alliance on a Friday night, as you see the 6 and the 60 side by side. What a ironic Mark Martin moment that was. That's pretty nostalgic. I like that. The 6 and the 60 there, and Brandon Guerin behind them in seventh place. Moving further back in action, Brandon recovered, used his fast repair. Has been diligent and methodical as always and putting together a really strong run, running in seventh place currently. And eighth behind him, Steve Lewis in the 88th. I said to keep an eye on him, and he's still lurking back there, so yeah, he's going to start to hopefully show me some speed here and prove me right. And you see behind him, John Beverly in the 77 and ninth, the Hendrick car 77, looking really good tonight. John putting together a top 10 run. Good to see him out there having a clean night. And Zach Panzarella in the 1 round out your top 10. The 1 car, Zach Panzarella, was your race leader until it started a recent barrage of cautions after Kyle Lynott inexplicably made contact with him to cause that caution on lap 57. 25 laps to go as you see a battle for second with Juan Delgado and Tommy Fox side by side. The 14 down low, the double odd up top. Behind them, the 60 going really low underneath Mega 3 wide, taking a peek as we enter the oval. The 6, the 14, the 60, 3 wide as we go by the start-finish line. Let's sort it out, guys. You see Joe Volpus there.
Stinson and Volpus, they really need to get going here and make sure they're making good use of these fresh tires. They're the first 2 that took tires there from that last caution, and they haven't really made the kind of headway that they want to yet. It does look like Volpus now is starting to get clear. He's going to get up to second here around Tommy Fox, and now he's going to have Matt Novella in his sights with 23 to go.
To make up 0.7 of a second, fighting side by side there on that restart. Thrilling racing, but it dug a hole for the 6 and the 00 to try to dig out of and to try to reel in that 56. As we see more exciting side by side racing with the 57 and the 988 for 5th place. Brandon Guerin there, just being down low on the inside there is just giving up position after valuable position, as we've seen time and again. Outside up top seems to be the prevailing line tonight. As you see Steve Lewis down low, going to make it 3 wide with the 57 and the 14 up top. Steve Lewis starting to make a charge, getting battling for 7th in place right there to threaten your top 5. And you see side-by-side racing behind them. Matthew Fritz in the 95 entering the picture, the 77 entering the picture, the 31 reeling it all in. This is a great pocket of racing, Joe.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the difference between fresh tires and older tires, though, here as well. If I look at the scoreboard here, Steve Lewis is on fresher tires back there, as well as Matt Fritz and John Beverly. The rest of those guys are not. So just seeing the way that plays out between the two of them. Not only that, we're seeing the way the old versus new tires plays out now in the lead. Matt Novella on about 15-lap older tires than Vulpes, and we'll see how that plays out here over the last 21 laps, coming to 20.
7/10 of a second deficit erased within a lap and a half, as you see the 6 car of Joe Vulpes applying pressure to the 56 of Matt Novella on 20 laps to go as they enter turn 1 from Chicagoland. The 6 of Vulpes enters high as the 56 defends down low. The 6 has a run up top. The 6 going for it. Vulpes, Novella. Vulpes going to edge out Novella entering turn 3. Joe Vulpes currently in possession of the lead, regains the race lead. Joe Vulpes coming out of 4. He's going to clear 56 and Novella, take the sole possession of the lead, cross the start-finish line. Under 20 to go. Under 20 to go. Now, this is where you want to definitely manage your stuff, and you want to take care of your equipment so that way you can make it to the end. But with guys like Novella that still have a set of tires in case we have a caution, or guys behind them that are taking care of their equipment, a very risky and a very successful place for Vulpes to be in right now.
Yeah, what he wants to do right now is break the draft to Matt Novella if he can, and get free of him in order to maybe get a bit of a gap here, so he doesn't have to worry about the later part of the run. Jay Stinson is off the pace, I think. Something happened to him there. See, I don't know.
Jay Stinson, the 60 car, incredible damage on the nose as you see him slide into the grass. The 60 car in danger there, as you see he is taken the tow and has entered the pits. Not sure what happened to the 60 car there, as I can't find a camera angle that shows what occurred, but Jay Stinson with a terminal event.
It does seem like there was not a caution thrown there because of the quick tow there. I'm sure iRacing or race control would have thrown one if there was a bigger incident that happened there. Not really sure what created the problem to begin with there, but I saw the 60 car was really torn up there. Not sure if something missed by iRacing or race control or what happened there that created that, but we're still green.
Not sure what happened there. Maybe have to take a deep dive at a later date, but Jay Stinson has to retire the 60 car for the evening. Joe Vulpes, your leader, as we get closer and closer to the conclusion of the race. You see the 6 car looking really good tonight. Matt Novella keeping it within a car length, staying locked together, as those two seem to have broken away and created a 2-second lead over guess who? The 88 of Steve Lewis. Having a battle with Matthew Fritz there for third. So Steve Lewis in the 88 charging through the top 10, seeing if he can make his claim on the race lead tonight before it's all said and done. 15 laps to go and a 2.2 second gap. There is enough time, Joe, and there is no traffic in between them. Can Steve Lewis threaten our leaders tonight? Can he get there?
Well, if this side-by-side racing keeps on happening with him and Fritz, it's going to really hinder their chances to make up any sort of time, especially if the 6 and the 56 keep running the way they are. They're not running the same line in the corners, but the 56 is pretty much just following the 6 around the track. So that makes it a lot easier for them to just draft with each other. If you look further back between Lewis and Fritz, they're running different lines as well, but it does seem like Fritz is trying to set up a pass on Lewis because he thinks he's faster, and that is going to create a problem. You really want to just try and push in this kind of a scenario and see if you can close the gap that way. But I think Fritz thinks he's faster than the 88, wants to get around him and do it on his own.
Yeah, the old school way of thought would lend you to believe the 95 should bump draft the 88 a little bit so they could work together. But it seems in modern day racing, it's just take what you can get, and as quickly as possible. The 95 definitely nipping at the 88's bumper, looking to see if he can complete the pass, go around the outside. While the 6 and the 56 have checked out to almost 2.5 second lead with 12 laps to go from Chicagoland in the ARCA series on Friday Night Thunder. You see the 95 there taking a peek up high. Steve Lewis definitely has good pace. He's just kind of running the middle line there, not getting too low, too high. Just got a really clean approach lap after lap. A lot of good speed out of that car.
Yeah, it does seem like he's taken a bit of a defensive line, though, as well with Fritz. It's not really working well between these two. They are not working in harmony like the front two cars are. They're just pulling. They just keep pulling away, and that's not good for them. Matt Novella, if he's got something left in the tank here to get back to the 6, the 6 is cutting all the clean air, so he might be using up his stuff here a little bit more. Matt Novella may be taking a bit more of a methodical approach, usually very good at saving his tires, just trying to sit back, not really try and welcome anybody else to the battle. I would imagine he's probably smiling at the fact that the 95 and the 88 are racing each other as hard as they are.
Yeah, your leaders have to be really ecstatic over that fact, because if they were to work together, this would have been a 4-car breakaway at this point. But yeah, under 10 laps to go tonight from Chicagoland, the 56 of Matt Novella, the 6 of Joe Volpis in a battle for the lead. Both have led laps tonight. Both cars have shown impressive dominance in speed, and Volpis on slightly fresher tires than the 56, as you see Novella take a look down inside there. He's going to challenge for the lead on the 6. Kind of caught the 6 napping a little bit as they're side by side. Matt Novella get credit for that lap lead as they're side by side entering turn 1. Matt Novella with the momentum. Is he going to be able to complete the pass and side up on exit of 2 here? The 6 Volpis challenging on the outside, definitely has the quarter on him as they're side by side. Volpis going to have the momentum and be able to clear Novella, as you see Novella again in turn 3 enter down low, see if he can try to drive it in deep and carry that speed around. And on turn 4 exit they're side by side coming to the line once more. It's a hell of a battle with 7 to go from Chicagoland, as you see neither Novella or Volpis wish to relinquish the lead. Novella again not going to be able to complete the pass on exit of 2 as they hit the backstretch Chicagoland.
Yeah, so right now what we're seeing is that 56, I don't think he's really heated up that right front. The 6 car's pushing hard in 3 and 4. And you could just see how much better the 56 is right now on that end of the track. So I think right now we're seeing just where each car is more has a strength. The 6 car looks a lot better in 1 and 2. You can see it here. Look at this huge run he gets off turn 2 and is able to almost clear the 56. But then the 56 on the bottom is so much better in 3 and 4 that he almost is able to clear him coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, the 6 car is definitely hooked up in 1 and 2, whereas you can see in 3 and 4 here, the 56 has the advantage as they come to the line side by side. They still haven't decided this battle yet. Who wants it? Novella, Volpis, 5 to go from Chicagoland, as we have an incredible side-by-side battle for your lead here in the waning laps from Chicago. The 6 car definitely has the momentum on turn 2 exit lap after lap. We'll see the 56 dive it down into 3 yet again, as this
6
seems
is
to
really
be
high that time.
6 trying to take it about as high as you can get away with at Chicago, as they both dive down there, and it's side by side again with 4 to go. So I don't know, like, you keep doing the same thing over and over and it's not working, yet we're side by side. Joe, what would you do in this position?
It's just pretty much a stalemate right now. It's as it looks like the 6 has finally cleared him, but look at just how bad the car's handling in turn 3. It doesn't matter. The 56 is just so good on this end of the track, and all this is doing is inviting the 88 and the 95 up to them. They finally sorted their stuff out and decided to start working together once they saw these two racing side by side. I think it's going to be too little too late for them, though. 3 to go, and there's still a second back.
Yeah, it looks like they set aside their differences about 10 laps too late, but they are entering the picture with 3 to go. It is a little curious, but you see the 56 on the backstretch going to dive it in deep, entering 3 yet again, because he can just wrap 3 and 4 that much better than the 6 car, as you see him out by a nose on exit of 4. As we come to the line again, Novella not going to have enough for the lead there, but they're side by side entering 1 and 2 again. The 6 car is going to power up on the outside because he definitely has the advantage here. He's going to clear the 56 on exit of 2 as they go round and round again. The 88 and the 95 getting a little bit larger in the rearview mirror. 2 to go, entering turn 3. 56 low again, 6 up high. The 88 and the 95 sneaking, taking a peek and watching it all unfold. White flag, 1 more to go from Chicago, as you see Matt Novella and Joe Volpes side by side. What a hell of a battle for the lead. On the back stretch on the exit of 2, the 6 car takes the lead by half a car length. The 56 is going to throttle back up and power strong as we're going to enter 3. The 88 enters the picture as he's 2 car lengths back. Side by side entering 3. The 56 with a slight advantage over the 6. He's going to slide up and be able to finally complete the pass. Matt Novella is going to be your winner tonight from Chicagoland on your Friday Night Thunder.
The top 4 separated by 0.4 of a second there at the end. That's going to be a case of what if for everybody from 2nd through 4th. What if Volpes did better on his tires? What if Steve Lewis and Matt Fritz worked together better? That could have completely changed the complexion of this one, as the 6 car runs over the... Oh my God. There goes the front bumper, and oh no.
Differing of opinions on Friday night, as the 56 was thanked for his victory by the 6 in spectacular fashion. We'll see if we can uncover more post-race, but your race leader wiped out by the second-place finisher, and a lap-down car of the 84 totally annihilates the 6.
The meat missile goldfish car comes in 3 years late, and oh no.
I don't know what he was mad at. A lot to unpack here post-race, as Matt Novella, your race winner, will limp his annihilated race-winning car to victory lane. Joe Volpes, who assisted in the facelift to Matt Novella's car, was 2nd place tonight. Steve Lewis, a part of the What If Society, was really in view on the final lap there, finishes in 3rd, along with his dance partner, Matthew Fritz, who winds up in 4th place. Tommy Fox, a solid top 5 tonight. Hell of a performance out of the 00. 6th place, Kyle Anott, the 988. Strong the first half of the race and then faded as the race progressed, where he had a little bit of damage. Just got a wrong place at the wrong time. Strategy didn't play into his hands. Not too certain, but Kyle Anott with 6th place tonight. Juan Delgado, thrilling performance tonight. He gets my vote for driver of the race in 7th. Zach Panzarella, his DDI teammate and mentor, in 8th place. John Beverly with a great top 10 tonight, finishing 9th in that 77 machine. And Brandon Grand in the 57 round out your top 10.
Everybody else in the field ends up numerous laps down, either due to wrecks, and they either didn't finish the race or they limped their stuff home. Jay Stinson, case of what if for him. He was on those fresh tires with Volpes, ends up 11th, 18 laps down. Then you got Plant Smith. His problems on the first lap really just created a snowball effect for his race. Mike Benton did not have the showing he wanted. Jax Duvall in that big wreck with Justin Parham and David Owens. And then Sean Walden also caught up in that as well. All their days ended early. And I do think I got our race winner here for you. Let me get him in here for you there,
Oh, wow. And we do have a special guest tonight. We have our race winner, Matt Novella, joins us tonight. Matt, welcome. Hell of a victory tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, hell of a race there at the end.
Yeah, very thrilling. The side-by-side battle between you and Volpes, lap after lap. Can you take us through that?
Well, coming down there towards the end, I was just riding along, just kind of just happy with a P2 finish with Joe having newer tires. So I was just ready to ride. I don't know, with about 8-9 to go, looked like Joe had a little slip up off of 4, and I was able to get alongside of him. And then the battle began from there. I figured we had a little bit of room on Louis and Fritz a little bit, so we took the gamble. We paid up just down to the lap.
Yeah, that was an incredible battle there. And yeah, it's just hard fought. We
Oh
really
yeah,
didn't.
he'd have me off of 2. I kind of have him off a little bit off of 4. It was just back and forth. It was
We
great.
really didn't notice a lot of tire wear drop off. Just more if the tire was getting heated up or
These generals, they
kind
don't
of
they
like
don't like to
that.
get hot. They don't like to get too hot, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, we saw you run top 5 most of the race there. So I mean, you had a stout car for the majority of the evening. As we look at some of the footage here on the replay, and yeah,
Yeah,
just like lap after lap, you guys side by side. So,
these cars are fun.
what went into your strategy tonight?
Um, well, you know what? I had a win a couple of weeks ago, so I did some little bit of gambling. I know tires are kind of valuable here, and I kind of wanted to maybe save a set for the end. I was kind of falling on some cautions to happen, and so that caution that was in with 30 laps in, 35 laps in, I just took fuel only. So and there was able to hold on for a little bit there, and then I got a caution with the next 15 laps. So that's when I was able to throw on my fresh set of tires and march my way back up through the field.
Yeah, it was exciting racing to watch. The top 5, top 6 going at it, and other pockets of racing. Just real great, clean, exciting racing. Very compelling tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
So thoughts on next week and continuing the momentum as we go through the season.
Well, what, Daytona next week? So that's a crapshoot. But I mean, it's nice to have some wins to sit on, do some more gambling, and yeah, hope to have some fun. I haven't tried these cars yet in no super speedway, so we'll see how they do with some pushing.
Yeah, we're all pretty excited to see how the plate racing is going to be with these cars. So it's going to be a fun experience next Friday. So yeah,
two of the
we're
next 3
definitely
races are plate races, my man. So we're gonna be greasy.
little homestead in between there. So it's going to
Yes,
be
sir.
it's going to be a speed sandwich. So
Yeah.
yeah, before we see you there and get you out of here, anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to?
No, I just shout out to MRL crew, and the fam at home.
Well said. Great run tonight. Multi race winner this season. Always a staunch competitor out on the track, and just a good racer. So Matt Novella, your race winner tonight. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it. Appreciate Matt taking out some time post race there. Join us for the interview, Joe. Your race winner, Matt Novella. So I mean, as he puts his stamp on things tonight from Chicagoland, we'll take a look and see how it affects our points. Joe Volpus, still your series leader here. Looks like he grew his lead just a smidge over Steve Lewis in second place. Matthew Fritz remains in third. Tommy Fox jumps 2 spots into fourth. Duvall, due to his misfortune, he drops from 4th to 5th this week, as does David Owens, drops a position. Jay Stinson, despite having a good run and then having to leave the race, he gains a position in the points. Your big winner, Matt Novella, race win, moving up 3 spots in the points. Sean Walton, despite a DNF, he did not change in the standings, and another MIA for Billy Brickley, as he is now on the cut line in 10th.
Zach Panzarella, first guy on the outside looking in. He does have a win, though, so he's still in that wild card spot. Juan Delgado, another big mover, only 18 points now out of a chase spot in 12th. Brandon Garand, he's up to 13th this week. Stephen Neal, a big loser this week. He was not here. He falls out of the top 10 down to 14th. And Daniel Plant Smith now up to 15th, 33 points out of that final spot of the chase. There's the wild card groups. So you see Zach Panzarella is still your leader out of those guys. Colin Bollinger, he's going to need to start these last 3 races of the regular season, see if he wants to take advantage of that win. Justin Parham won't be able to since he won't have enough starts. So if Colin misses next week and nobody new outside the top 10 wins, then we got a chase for the wild card spot that's going to go to somebody on points. And right now that would be a battle between Delgado, Garand, Neal. They're all within a couple points of each other. Delgado and Garand tied, actually. So I want to see what happens. If there's no Colin Bollinger next week, then this chase for the wild card spot is wide open. See.
Yeah, it's a lot of excitement, a lot of different scenarios that can unfold the next couple of weeks, depending on attendance and participation, let alone finishing positions. So I know I'm going to be glued to my screen and watch the action unfold. Looking a little bit further down in the action, 22nd on down. Those guys sliding in the points a little bit. Missed a couple of them tonight, so hopefully they'll rejoin us next week. So moving on next week schedule, it takes us to Daytona. So Daytona, Joe, tell us a little bit about Daytona tonight.
Daytona, oh boy. There's going to be a lot of drafting. There's going to be a lot of moving. 3 wide is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Maybe guys will try and take it 4 wide too. You never know. 80 laps around there. We'll see how it plays out. I don't think it'll be anything like the Truck Series was here. If you remember that race, anybody who watched the Thursday Thriller Truck Series here, where that race was pretty much a gridlock, this race will be a lot more spread out. I think we're going to see guys really going 2, 3 wide, a lot of different movement throughout the field, especially the way the draft works with this car. Going to see a lot of bump drafting, a lot of different leaders, and maybe some crashes there too. See, real wild card next week. We could have somebody new win next week that really shakes up this whole chase picture.
Yeah, this is one I've had circled on my schedule since it was released. So, new car, new series, super speedways. It's gonna have everything that you could ask for in a race. It's gonna be a ton of excitement. So, it's gonna be incredible next week when we go to Daytona. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to Homestead and Talladega after that, and we got a really good close to the regular season. See how things shake out. So, final thoughts before we send off.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good racing here tonight. Shout out to Animal House Customs there as well for sponsoring the chase this season. Champion's going to get a nice cool prize as well. So a quick shout out to those boys. Big fan of those, Ricky and Mike. I love you guys. It's great racing with you every week. Speaking of racing every week, it was really nice, refreshing to have a good battle up front and, not get left reared by somebody. So yeah, it's nice to have that on Friday nights. Matt Novella, great racer. Great battle for the win with him. And, I want to see more of that kind of racing and, have more fun like that than some of the other stuff, really appreciate that kind of racing when it's not going your way in other series. The big thing I'm looking forward to is seeing just how these next 3 races play out. So, we were talking about how Daytona is going to go next week, but then you got Homestead, which is going to be a track where it's going to probably be a lot like tonight with the tires again. You got to be really careful with them there. And then Talladega to close out the regular season. Oh my goodness, I think we could see 2 new winners in these last 3 races and really shake up that picture. So yep, definitely looking
Yep.
forward to seeing what happens here.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe C did you get caught down there in Victory Lane celebrating with Matt Novella or something?
I mean, there was talk of a cold one or three being whispered around, so I just had to take a peek and see if there was a little celebration to be had. But yeah, Matt Novella, your race winner tonight from Chicagoland Speedway on Friday Night Thunder on MRL Broadcasting. We will see you next week from the wonderful shores of Daytona Beach from Daytona International Raceway as Friday Night Thunder goes plate racing. So, for Smokin' Joe, Buddy the producer, I'm Snake. This has been Friday Night Thunder on MRL Broadcasting. Go faster, get past.